Good evening, everyone. Okay, so now we are going to start a webinar on third unit revision. Okay, so third unit important topics to be covered here is first one is dynamic programming, second one is GD technique. Okay, so dynamic programming, if you take dynamic programming, the two questions are important. First one is Floyd's algorithm. Okay. See in your model exam or in your unit test, you have studied about Floyd's algorithm. So that is first question which is important. And next one is knapsack. Okay. Now coming to the greedy technique, there are three things which are important: Prime's algorithm, Kruskal's algorithm, and third one is Huffman trees. Okay. So just I will share the screen with you. So students, you can note on these questions. Okay, so I will now share the screen. Screen visible irukama? Visible? Dhanlakshmi?
இன்னும் கொஞ்சம் ஜூம் பண்ணுங்க சார்.
Okay, okay. இப்போ கரெக்டாக greedy algorithm.
Okay sir.
Okay, so in this unit totally okay. The greedy technique la வந்து primes and crucibles and knapsack. Okay, coming to dynamic programming, two questions: Floyd's algorithm and knapsack. Okay, so now in this we'll see. This webinar will see about the greedy algorithm and the basic techniques. Okay, will be continued by Dhanlakshmi now. Okay, you can start now.
So greedy algorithm. Good evening everyone. Myself Dhanlakshmi going to present about greedy algorithm. So first we are going to say greedy algorithm. Greedy algorithm, as the name suggests, always make the choice that seems to be a best at the moment. So here the general optimal solutions are general design technique used for optimization problem. Simply choose the best option at each steps, solving remaining sub problems after making a greedy steps. Next slide, sir. So this is a pseudocode for greedy algorithm. So now we are giving algorithm greedy in bracket a and n. So here 1:n contains the contains the inputs. So when the solution is equal to 0, initialize the solution. For I is equal to 1, it will be searching. So if the x is selected a, if feasible, the solution x, then the solution will be union, and it will return the solution. So next slide, sir. Okay, well, next we are going to see about selects feasible and union. What is select feasible and union? Selects an input from all A and removes it, and select input value is assigned to x. Feasible is a Boolean valued function that determines the x can be included to the solution vector. Union combines the x with the solution and updates the object function. Next, sir. So here the application of greedy methods, they are traveling salesman problem, primes and Kruskal's, and distant manual spanning tree algorithm, and graph mapping coloring and graph vertex covering, and knapsack problem and job scheduling problem. Next slide, sir. So first we are going to see about active selection problem. The active selection problem is a mathematical optician problem that conquering the selection of non-conflicting activities. The activity selection problem is to select the maximum number of activities that can be performed by a single machine, assuming that the machine can only work on a single activity at a time. So here the algorithm, greedy algorithm for selection problem first. So sort the inputs. First, we want to sort the inputs by increasing finishing line. So next, we want to call the greedy activity selector SIF. So n is equal to length and a is equal to I, j is equal to 1. For I is equal to 2n. So do if Si is greater than or equal to Fi, then a is equal to a union I. So then j is equal to I. Written here. This is the pseudocode for this. Next slide, sir. Excuse me. Okay, here they given an example problem for selection activity selection problem. So we are taking now we are taking 10 activity functions with their starting time and finishing time. So that 10 activity functions can be taken as A1, A2, A3 as A10. It goes on to A10. For then the starting time for A1 is 1 and starting time for A2 is 2 and starting time for A3 is 4 and starting time for A4 is 7 and starting time for A5 is 8. Starting time for A6 is 9 and 7 for also 9. So A8 is equal to 8, 9 is equal to 11 and A10 is equal to 12. So the finishing time for A1 is 3, A2 is 5 and A3 is 4 and they given us some values. So now we have to arrange the values. Now we have to arrange the finishing time in the ascending order. So if we arrange the finishing time in the ascending order, then we will get this table. Then A1 is first, A2, A3 is second, and A2 is third, and A4 is fourth, and A6 is fifth, and A5 is sixth, and A7th is seventh, and A9 eight. Ninth is 8 and A8 is 9th and A10 is 10th one in the table. So first we have to see that as they already told in the problem, here the starting time should be greater than or equal to the finishing time. So the F1 is equal to 3. That is select A. Okay. First the F1 is equal to 3. So we have to see the finishing time of the F1, which is equal to the A3 time. So the selection time, so the complete selection of activity A1 is taken is equal to selection time of A3. So A3 also taken. Then we are seeing for A3's finishing time is 4, but the A2's finishing starting time is 2. So it is not possible. The condition is getting false. So A2 is eliminated. So we have to see the next one, which is nothing else than A4. So here the 4 equals. So we will arrange this. Next we will see about A4 7, but A4's finishing time, it is nothing else than 7, and A6's finishing time is 8. So it is greater than or equal to 0 since it satisfies the condition. So we are taking that A4 in the complete action at the solution. Next, we are going to see about A6. So in the A6 finishing time is greater than or equal to A7's finishing time. So we are taking as A6 and A7. We are eliminating A5 here. So after that, we are just checking for A7's finishing time is greater than or equal to A9th one starting time, which is nothing else than both are 11. So we are taking this A9 as a complete selection of activity. So again for A8 finishing time is 9 and A8 finishing time is A9th finishing time is 12 and A8 finishing time is 9. So it does not satisfy that condition. So we are just going to eliminate A8 and we are just going to see the starting time for next one, which is nothing else than A10. So here the both finishing time of A9 and starting time of A10 are equal and it satisfies the condition. So we are taking it as A10. So the complete selection of activity will be A1, A3, A4, A6, A7, A9 and A10. So this will be the solution. Next slide, sir. Next we are going to see about knapsack problem. There is an n items in the store for I is equal to 1 to n items. If the I has a weight Wi, it is greater than 0 and it worth Vi, value is greater than 0. The thief can carry them. Here the example problem they given. So if a thief can carry a maximum weight of pounds in knapsack, in the version of the problem, that items can be broken into smaller pieces so that the thief may decide to carry only a fraction of xi of the object I, where 0 is less than or equal to x, um, less than or equal to 1, greater than or equal to 1. Item I contributes xi wi to the total weight in the knapsack and xi vi to the value of the load. So we are writing the algorithm for knapsack problem. So greedy fractional knapsack w v small, so small letter w, small letter v and capital letter w. For I is equal to 1 to n. So if we are using a for condition and do condition here. So do x of I is equal to 0, then the weight is 0. While the weight is less than, when the weight is less than w, do I is the best remaining item. If weight plus wi plus greater than or equal to w, then x of 1 is equal to 0. Then the weight is equal to weight plus wi, else the weight w minus weight divided by wi. Then the weight is equal to 0, written. Next slide, sir. So by analyzing this, if the item are already sorted in the decreasing order of vi divided by wi, then the while loop takes time in on. Therefore, the total time including the sort on log n. We keep the items in the heap with the largest vi divided by wi at the root. Then creating the heap takes 0 n time. When the loop takes 0 log n time, since the heap property must be restored after the removal of root. Although this data structure does not alter the worst case, it may be faster if only the smaller number of items are needed to be filled the knapsack. Next slide. So here the example problem for a knapsack problem, it is not. So we have to assume we have a knapsack with a maximum weight of 16. So capital W is equal to 16. So our objective is to fill the knapsack with the items as the benefit is maximum. So we have to fill the items that the benefit is maximum. So they are given the tabular column considering with the associated with the weight and value. For item number 1, the weight is 6 and value is 6. For item number 2, the weight is 10 and the value is 2. For item number 3, the weight is 3 and the value is 1. The item number 4, the weight is 5 and the value is 8. For item number 5, weight is 1 and value is 3. And for item number 6, weight is 3 and value is also 3. So here the steps they given. So first to compute the density, we have to make a note down this formula, important formula, values divided by weight. Next slide, sir. So here first we have to assign them in the decreasing order. As per decreasing, first we have to find the density. So by dividing the value divided by weight, we will get for item number 1 is 1.00. For item number 2, it is 0.20. For item number 3, 0.333. For item number 4, it's 1.60. For item number 5, it is 3.00. For item number 6 is 1.667. So we have to, as per the density, you have to start this in this decreasing order. So we will get item number 5 as the first one, and 6 as the second one, and item number 4 as the third one, and item number 1 as the fourth one, and item number 3 as the fifth one, and item number 6, item number 2 as the sixth one. So we have sorted in this order. So after this, we have to pick them. So now we have to find the total weight. So for calculating the total weight, it has a formula. Next slide, sir. So to find the total benefit, we have the formula. is nothing else than weight taken into total value of the item divided by total weight of the item. So by substituting this formula, we will get the total benefit for item number 5 is 3, for item number 6 is 8, and item number 4 is 16, and item number 1 is 22, and item number 3 is 22. For the total weight for this are total weight for item number 5 is 1, and item number 6 is 4, and item number 4 is 9, and item number 1 is 15, item number 3 is 16. So here the total weight of knapsack we have to take in from the last column, which is nothing else than 16 maximum one, and here the maximum value is I3, which is nothing else than 22.3333. So here the maximum weight of the knapsack is 16, and the total value inside it is 2.3336. Next slide, sir. Okay, next we are going to see about spanning tree. Here the given undirected connected graph G. G V comma E. G is equal to V comma E. There are two undirected graph V comma E and G is equal to V comma E. One undirected graph and another one is connected graph. First one is undirected and second one is connected graph. A spanning tree of a graph GG is a tree that spans GG that includes a very every vertex of GG, and it is a subgraph of GG. Every edge in the tree belongs to GG. Minimum spanning. Next, we are going to see about spanning tree. Minimum spanning tree. The cost of the minimum spanning tree is the sum of the weights at the all edges in the tree. There can be many spanning tree. Minimum spanning tree is the spanning tree where the cost is minimum among the all spanning trees. They also can be many minimum spanning tree. So here they given an undirected graph. So which has a vertex 4, 1, 2, 3, and 5. So now you are just connecting that graph. Connecting the graph in the first in the U shape. So we will get the total cost is 11 by adding those 4, 5, 2. So we will get the cost as 7. Now we are just connecting the graph in an N shape. So we will get the cost is equal to 7 because it is less than that. So this is the minimum spanning tree's value. 4 plus 1 plus 2, which is nothing else than 0. So the minimum spanning tree is the N-shaped spanning tree. Next slide, sir. Next, Kruskals algorithm. Kruskals algorithm builds the spanning tree by adding one by one into a growing spanning tree. Kruskals algorithm follows the greedy approach. In each iteration, it finds an edge with an at least weight, and it adds to growing the spanning tree. The algorithm sets up. It should sort the graph edges with respect to the weights. Start the adding edges to the MST of the edge from the to the MST from the edge with the smallest weight until the edge of the largest weight. Only add the edges which does not form a cycle. Edges which connect only disconnected components. Next slide, sir. So here is the undirected graph. We have to find the total cost for this graph. So we are just, as I told before in the algorithm, we have to take the minimum edge, which is nothing else than 1. And next minimum is just 2. The minimum address 3. And again, since it should not be a connected graph, so we are taking the minimum address 5, not 4. So here the total cost is So slide here the total cost is 11. So 1 plus 3 plus 2 plus 5. Next algorithm. So algorithm also uses the greedy approach to find the minimum spanning tree. In Sprine's algorithm, we grow the spanning tree from the starting position. So algorithm steps for algorithm. Maintain that
கேக்குதாமா?
கேக்குது சார்.
Okay, I'll share the screen now. Okay. Continue பண்ணுமா.
Okay, sir. Check for the cycles. Do that the mark nodes will be have been already selected and insert those nodes in the priority queue and that are marked. Are not marked. Next slide, sir. As I told before, we have to take the minimum age. So we are taking the first age 1 and second is 2, and since it should be in a connected graph, so we are taking after 2 we are taking at 4. It will be in n shapes and its total cost is 7. Next slide, sir. So single source shortest path discrete algorithm is a solution to a single source shortest path problem in a graph theory. It works on both directed and undirected graphs. However, the all edges must be non-negative weights. Input weighted graph G is equal to EV and the source vertex B, a small v belongs to the capital B such that the all edge weights are non-negative. Input the length of the shortest path from the given source vertex small v belongs to capital E to the all other vertex. Next slide, sir. So now we are taking a step on initializing 0 to the source, and for A, B, and C and D, for all other it is infinity. So V is equal. So small v is SAB and SABCD, and D is DV is 0. So value they given is 0. So this is infinity. So pre-order value for this source for all SAB and D is nil, and the color is white. So in priority queue it will be S, A, B, C, and D. Next slide. Now we have to see the adjacent for S. So here the adjacent for S are A and B. So we have to give the value for adjacents of S, which is nothing else than A and B. So we are giving 2 and 7 for that values, neglecting that infinity, and we are giving 2, 7 values to that. So here now the table will be. So vertex S, A, B, and C, D. So it will be in order. Before slides, sir. Order. So pre-order will be source will be nil, and it will become as a black, and everything for A and B it will be yes, since it is adjacent. So here the pre-order for A and B is 0. Yes, not 0. So, sorry. For then the color will be white for everyone, and pre-order for C and D is nil. So in priority queue X, S will be neglected since it is 0 and it gets black. So here A, B, C, D and 2, 7 infinity will be the D, B value. Next slide, sir. As if we have to see for again for we have to see adjacent for A, and we are just making A as a black. So now we will obtain the value for adjacent A, which is nothing else than B, C, and D. So all so now we are giving a new value to A, which B 5 and D 7 and C is 10. So yeah, B is equal to S. Okay, S, A, B, C, D, and it will be in order. So DV of source is 0 and pre-order will be nil and color will be black. So again the pre-order for A will be yes and the color will be black, and pre-order for B and B, C, D is A since it is adjacent for all those threes, and the color will be white. So now we have to in priority queue we will write the white colors B, C, and D. White color screen. Next slide, sir. Now we have to next step we have to take the adjacent for B and making it as black. So adjacent for B is A and C. So substituting value for A and C, already A has a value 2 and again we are giving that value only, no changes in that since it becomes black. So we are giving new value to C 6. So here the dV is equal to 6 for S is 0 nil and black. For A is 2 and pre-order is yes and color is black. For dV the value for B is 5 and pre-order is A and color is black. So here the value of C is 6 and pre-order for C is B since it is adjacent for C is B is adjacent for C. And color is white and D is already in white. Its value is 7 and 8. So in pre-order they will given CD. Next slide, sir. Step 4, sir. Okay. Now we are taking adjacent for C. Adjacent for C is D only. So SC will become black. So but okay, the value of D will be D is not changed. We have given the same value 7 to D, and the pre-order for A is S and B is A, and C pre-order for C is B and D is A. Because we have already taken adjacent for A, B, and C, so yeah, already we have noted the pre-order for D is A. So it will be. So the color will be black for all those except D. So in the priority queue, we will just noted the D value, D and 7. Next slide, sir. So next we are taking for adjacent for D, which is nothing else than C. So we will not apply any value since all those becomes black. So the pre-order will be same. Yes, A for A is S and B is A and C is B and D is A, and the color will be black, and in priority queue it will be null. So we have to draw a graph for this, as we started by taking the adjacent. First we have taken adjacent for S, so it was noted in the first, and again next we have taken adjacent for A. So we have drawn arrow mark to A, and then A to B and B to C, then A to D in steps we have done. So it has been marked. So here is so we are noting a last table in this for S, A, B, and C, D. So dV is equal to 0 for S, and value for S is 0, and value for A is 2, and value for B is 5, and value for C is 6, and value for D is 7. And the pre-order value for X is null, and pre-order value for A is S, and pre-order value for B is A, and pre-order value of C is B, and pre-order value of D is A.
Okay, Dhanlakshmi, thank you. Thank you. So now I will start sharing my screen. Okay. And now we got